Brian Koberger, the man who confessed to murdering 4 University of Idaho students, will spend the rest of his life in prison. Before Koberger learned his fate, family and friends had a chance to confront the man who stole their loved ones from them.
Koberger pleaded guilty to murdering Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. Some of the family members took the opportunity to make Koberger know that they will never forgive him.
You're a textbook case of insecurity disguised as control. Your patterns are predictable. Your motives are shallow. You are not profound. You're pathetic.
While others saw the sentencing as an opportunity to move forward.
This way, his fate is sealed. Society is protected, and we can move on with our lives and attempt to recover.
But after today, I wash my hands of you, and you are no longer a thing.
Now, Hunter Bertram joins us now from Boise, outside the courthouse. And Hunter, explain why the prosecution didn't push Koberger further to try to get an explanation for these crimes, as President Trump even previously called for.
Yeah, Derek, that's a question on everyone's mind today. Koberger now has been transferred to prison, but we still don't know why he did these crimes. Well, earlier, Bill Thompson, the prosecutor on this case, he said that he doesn't want to know at this point. He doesn't believe that if they were able to get a confession, a reason, any information out of Koberger, which he decided to remain silent today, that it would even be truthful. That's the whole sort of argument against even trying to force some sort of statement as to why he did it. It's also Bill Thompson said earlier, along with the lying, also he would be able to control the narrative of what was done, meaning that he would be able to tell a wildly different story than possibly what was actually the truth behind that motive. So he said, you know, the reason for us pushing harder and trying to get that explanation, well, there's not really a genuine reason other than curiosity that would play a role in us wanting to know that, and anything that comes out of his mouth likely wouldn't even be truthful. Derek?
And Hunter, curiosity is a good word with this whole trial and sentencing. You were at the courthouse at 4:30 this morning, and you were talking to people that you were seeing in line early this morning and even last night. So why did people say that they were there?
A multitude of reasons, Kirsten. I mean, whether it was you were a media from across the country, across the world, or if you were a TikTok sleuth, the sleuth notorious in this case for trying to solve this case before, investigators were able to present it in court. People from all over the place, but also people from the affected communities. I spoke with people across Idaho, from North Idaho to here in the Treasure Valley, telling me that they were here seeking justice to see what happens in court. Also, they genuinely were curious. They wanted to see what a real-life murderer looked like and how they behaved in court. Obviously, a lot of people also here just to get a glimpse at this very, very infamous case that has basically gripped the whole entire world, but just a multitude of reasons that have brought people from across the world here to Boise, Idaho for the sentencing of Brian Koberger. Kirsten, Derek.
All right, Hunter, before we let you go, what's next here?
Yeah. Well, like I said earlier, Derek, what's next is we have confirmation that Brian Koberger has been transferred to the prison. Tonight, he'll spend his first night behind prison bars, then the rest of his life behind prison. And what's next? Ultimately, not much. He waived his right to appeal. He waived his right to basically try to reopen or get a different sentencing on this case. So it's basically definitive. He's going to be serving 4 consecutive life terms back to back to back. So he won't have any shot at getting out or even having a chance at parole or anything. He'll just remain behind bars. But as it is for the families, what's next is still the grieving process. This is obviously a big, huge, development in this case, but there's still so much more that comes from obviously the tragedy that happens. And now the grieving process really just kicking off for some of these families. Live in Boise tonight, Hunter Bertram for News Now.